Hey everybody, this is Frill. Welcome back to Extended Timeline World War II. We are now up to the year 2012, and in the last episode we had another Commonwealth War for Independence from their British rule. That ended up once again failing, although here we had Spain allied with the Commonwealth nations, and Spain was able to take Gibraltar for themselves. Over in the Middle East, I completely missed this war during the episode, but we had a war between Saudi Arabia and Iraq, and Saudi Arabia was able to take over all of Iraq except for one province, so this should be interesting going forward. We have Saudi Arabia and Iran now bordering one another. Over in the East, we had a war between the USA and Brunei here, and the Americans were able to quickly win that war against Brunei and taking over all of that. We also had a war between Tibet and Nepal and Bhutan, and Tibet was able to take over both of them. Let's have a look at the armies of the world. We have the Chinese followed by the USA, the Soviet Union, Germany, and Japan moving back into the top 5. Let's have a look at the wars that are going on. We have an American change the form of government against the Netherlands, backed up by Denmark, who's a non-player, and Vietnam, who I think only has 2 or 3 provinces. We also have the Chinese invading Tibet. I know a lot of you guys have been interested to see if that would happen at some point in time. We have a French-Belgian nationalist war. This is France, backed up by Peru, the Soviet Union against Belgium, Norway, Spain, Spanish West Africa, and the Congo there. So we also have a Swedish reconquest here against Norway. It's going very, very poorly here for the Swedish, so let's go ahead and start progressing time. We'll have a look at our European wars going on between the French here and the Belgians. A lot going on. The Spanish have pretty decent army here that's been moving around, although I think at one point they had a three-star general on this stack here. It has moved to being a 2-star general, so maybe that general probably died, something like that, and we might see a good battle here with the French have a 55k stack against with the 2-star general as well. French had taken over a lot of Belgium. It looks like the Belgians did take that back. I would expect for this Norwegian-Swedish war to end soon, and the Norwegians will probably take over more of Sweden here. Let's have a look quickly what's going on. We've got the Chinese completely swamping over in Tibet. I don't think the Tibet will last much longer in this war. Just having a look at how many provinces we have here. Not too many. They've captured most of the important ones. Let's quickly look at what's going on between the US and the Netherlands here in Indonesia. The Americans don't have any military leader on this stack. Now, the British are not in this war. Let's see, are they allied with the Netherlands? I don't think they are. They must have military access or something like that, because they had previously warred a lot with the Netherlands here in previous episodes. Looks like the Netherlands are able to occupy most of Brunei here. It looks like the Americans are maybe going to be dropping off some more troops, though. Are the British... Okay, I'm not sure Are the British... They're not at war with the... I guess they're just occupying the same territory as the British are there. The Americans are, yes. That's exactly what's going on there. So the Americans occupy a little bit of Indonesia from the Netherlands there. Quickly looking back at Europe, we've got a good battle between the Spanish and the French ended up winning that. That was a pretty decisive battle right there, I would say. So who is this war between again? We've got the French taking on it was against the Belgians here. We've got another war. We've got a second Iranian-Omani imperialist war. Okay. And we've got a Cameroonian-Angolan war. Probably won't take too much time to look at that one, but got a lot of other stuff going on here. But yeah, the French, decisive victory there. If they can hold on, it depends how much manpower the Spanish had. I don't recall what it was. But the Spanish had the upper hand there. It looks like the French should be able to. I mean, the Norwegians and the Belgians, who are on the opposite side there. Who else was on? I think it was like the Congo or something like that. Yeah, the Congo. Oh yeah, the Soviet Union was also on the French side, so that's pretty major. So yeah, the French should be able to take back most of what they want. Might need to take out the Spanish once again, because they're rebuilding their forces. Either they're getting mercenaries, something like that. So yeah, now we've got the Soviet Union moving up through north of Finland, because they're at war with the Norwegians here, or they were. Let me see here. We've got... I think the Norwegians just dropped out of that war. Is that what happened? Yes, they were not in part of that list anymore. So let's quickly look at the Omani War. I don't think that the Iranians... So yeah, Oman had taken over Yemen, most of it anyway, here in the previous episode. So Oman's got a pretty large army at this point. This is going to be a naval here in the Persian Gulf, basically. It's going to have to be through the Navy, because obviously the Iranians are not going to allow the Saudi Arabia is not going to allow the Iranians to move through their territory, although they might let the Omanis do that. Doesn't appear to be so, though, unless they're certainly not allied in any way. Yeah, I'm surprised Oman is kind of coming on strong recently here in the last couple episodes. Looks like we're about to come up on December 12th or December 21st of 2012, so the end of the world will commence. Yeah, so we've got that war between Tibet and China ended. So yeah, you can see Tibet really just had a large chunk taken out of them. Let's see, you can see where it was. Okay. Yeah, so here we go, a decent battle here. Netherlands with their military leader against the Americans here with no leader. I think that the Dutch should be able to win that battle. For some reason, the Americans like to throw they've got so much manpower, they like to throw their armies without any leader into battle, so I'm sure they'll be back with somebody a little bit better. So yeah, that's not going well at all for the Americans compared to what I think the Dutch were completely out of manpower at the start of this episode, so this is kind of all they have. So we'll see how that goes. We've got... Sweden might be completely gone. That was my pick for who would be strong in this series. I think that the Swedish are completely gone because, yeah. Unfortunately, even Gotland had gone to the Soviets in a very long time ago, so it looks like Swedish are now done, unfortunately. I'm sorry, we've got obviously have a lot of Swedish viewers, so between Norway and Sweden, and I guess Denmark, one of you guys had to be the ruler of Scandinavia here, and in this series, it's going to be Norway here. Okay. So, did the French lose? Okay, no, the French have their large stack. I was going to say, I only saw that. I sort of get tunnel vision at times. I know a lot of you guys say, how did you miss that? But that is what it is. I get tunnel vision, and I was like eyeing on that 4K 2-star general stack, and then I was like, where did the French army go? And that's where it was. So we also... Do we just have... I think we had one of our wars ended. Not sure what it was. Maybe it didn't. Maybe I was thinking of that Tibet war that we already looked at. The Germans certainly look like they... Okay, now we've got... This war had just ended. Apparently we had Spain and Italy at war somehow. That was probably... Okay, that's in that Cameroonian Angolan war. But yes, so Belgium. Luxembourg's still there. The Belgians should have... possibly some territory in... Yes, here we go. So Belgium. only has territory in Africa, as far as I know. Let's see, they don't have any eastern territory. I thought they might have something else, but it looks like Belgium only part next to the Congo here. So we've got a lot of people disappearing in this particular episode. So the French have increased their border with the Germans. And obviously we also had this war between the Cameroon against Angola here. Let's check out, we've got the Angolans, we've got Cameroon. Doesn't look like they have much of an army unless I'm completely missing it here. Let's check out what's going on with the Americans and the Dutch. Okay, so I like how this British army is just like completely exiled in Indonesia, which is the Netherlands here. Wonder if they'll ever be able to be sent home. Looks like the Americans are arriving with some more troops. So even without a military leader, I think they'll be able to take out the Dutch here. So who's going? Okay, we've got Vietnam have actually moved over. So Vietnam's just this little couple provinces over here. Moved over to the American Indonesia, Philippines here. So wow, I was also going to note that the Japanese, let's see, what are the Japanese doing? What is our tech group here? We've been checking that. Still Asian tech group, only place that's left that's Asian tech group, but at least they're starting to gain back some manpower. Got that, okay, yeah, so the Iranians the Italians have joined in on that war. So that should help, and the Iranians are actually getting military access, and actually the Omanis are also getting military access as well. I think that probably has to do with the Saudis being allied with the Italians here. So we'll see if they actually end up fighting each other. You might want to wait, these Omanis might want to wait until, or the Iranians might want to wait till the other stack shows up here. They've got a pretty large army. Okay. I was going to say something else, but yeah, looks like, yeah, that Cameroon war had ended, so that's what I was going to mention. Yeah, so they took a little bit of Angola there, northern Angola. Okay, we've got this battle going on between the Omani and the Iranians. So the Omanis actually won that, but the Iranians... Although, I thought that the Iranians must not... I don't know, maybe they don't have enough discipline, or their leader on that stack for the Omanis must have had better... what's the initial battle? I think it's shock? So yeah, they had pretty good initial battle score there. Wow. Oh, but the Iranians did have a army sneak by there. Yeah, that's not very good. I mean, the war score for the Omanis is... Okay, that's actually positive war score for the... That's negative for the Iranians, okay. So not going well for the Iranians, losing those couple battles there. Where did that... Wasn't there a stack right here? Okay, no, it's right there now. Okay. Completely missed it. Yes, so the Iranians might... I don't know if they're going to need to merge up their armies and try to take this Omani stack down. Otherwise, unless the the Italians are in this war, so it could... The Italians have some major generals, 3-star generals. We've got this... Look at this siege. It's probably been going on for 3,500 days at this point. It's like... It's at 10 years almost? Okay. Wow. Quickly, like, this Indian war has been going on for a little while. Yeah, let's look at what's going on. It looks like the Americans are starting to siege down. I think that the Netherlands army has been completely destroyed. Okay, we've got one stack over here, but they probably won't be able to move it over, as the Americans will be completely blockading in everything that they have. Okay, they did move an army over to the Philippines here, though. The Netherlands did. Looks like that Vietnamese army is also in the Philippines with them. Heading back to this Omani war. We've got a battle here. We've got really close battle. I bet the Iranians threw everything they had at the Omanis and they lost, so not going well for the Iranians, even though they've got some pretty major... Okay, we've got a German conquest against Warsaw. We've got Germany allied with Turkey, invading Poland with Bulgaria. We've got Croatia, Serbia, Lithuania, and Luxembourg. I wonder if Luxembourg will be able to get out of this war. Okay, so we've got... Finally, the the Germans might be able to do what they should have done September of 1939 here. So yeah, look at this. The Germans completely taking out that Luxembourg stack. I wonder if they'll take the Luxembourg for themselves. So yeah, let me just look at the diplomatic map so you guys can see that. See what's going on. Romania is not involved in this war, but they are allied with the... Okay, yeah, the Turks might try to take some territory from Bulgaria. I think they had some claims on them. The Turks could definitely use some positive... they've really lost out recently with all the... They've declared war on the Greeks several times and have failed a lot, so... Yeah, it looks like the Germans are going to do pretty well in this war. Just looking at war scores here. Okay. Need to siege out Warsaw, though. I mean, that's what they're using their casus belli is to go after Warsaw, but I suspect they're going to try to take a lot more. Maybe give a little bit of territory to the Bulgarians here. It looks like the Bulgarians, along with Serbia here, though, and actually we've got Croatia. So the Turks might be on the run a little bit here. Okay, they've got two stacks, though. They've got a 45k, 40k. They are sieging here, though. Not much resistance from the Polish against the German onslaught here. Still, cannot believe that the Norwegians completely took out the Swedish there. Unless somebody knows that's where Sweden maybe has like one province left. I don't think so, though. I don't think they did any... got anything else. They didn't take like Iceland or anything like that. Like the Denmark still exists because they have Greenland here. So yeah, the Turks taking over a little bit of Bulgaria. The Germans are going to need probably to help out the Turks here, though, because we've got these Bulgarian stacks and Croatian. Looks like the Germans are moving into Croatia itself. At the beginning of the series, Slovakia was allied with the Germans. Obviously, they were a vassal, but no longer. That probably hasn't been going on for a very long time, just because it's kind of a waste of diplomatic reputations to hold on to like a 1 or 2 province vassal. Okay, yeah, I mean, we've got, I think that the Germans have occupied Warsaw at this point. Let's check out our war score, 51. This war will be ending shortly. It does look like have the Italians arrived in... Yes, the Italians have arrived in Oman here, so... Things might... the Iranians have a 80k stack as well. Somehow they were able to build another army up, whether that was their manpower or buying mercenaries for this war. Germans taking out the Polish. Got a sea battle between the Bulgarians and the Turks. Turks have pretty good navy, I would think, although every time they were waging that war with the Italians, obviously the Italians had a way better navy, so they were usually throwing their ships at the bottom of the ocean at that point. Alright, well, it does look like we're out of time for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this one, and please consider hitting the like button if you did, as it really helps out the channel. And I'll see you guys next time.